Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have another video for you guys, and basically I'll be talking about what it means living in the most sanctioned country in the world. So currently I am living and I'm studying in the most sanctioned country in the whole world. Yes, and it's not even an exaggeration, it's so true. And currently Russia has more sanctions than North Korea, Syria, Iran, Belarus, all combined together. It has more sanctions than those countries. So currently you're asking probably how much sanctions are there for one country. Currently now Russia has more than 18,000 sanctions. Damn! Go check the statistics. In fact, I'm going to put it up for you guys to see. So there are currently more than 18,000 sanctions against Russia, and more than 45 countries have imposed sanctions on Russia. So this is really, really interesting. And this has just happened over the course of like 2 years, I think between like 2022 and 2024, how much the sanctions have increased against Russia. It's been crazy. So, yeah. And in this video disclaimer, I am not here to talk about politics or anything political. That is not what my channel is about. I'm not going down the political path. And I just wanted to share about how my life is in Russia and how it has affected me in general. So yeah, and I'm also not making this video for you guys to feel pity for me. I'm like, oh, he's living in the most sanctioned country in the world, and it must be sad or boring. No, it's not. I just want to take you guys along in case there are people who might want to come to Russia. So I just give them an idea of what they are to expect if they are to come into Russia. So in this video, I'll be talking about some stuffs like I'll be talking about how the supermarkets are shopping here. I'm talking about social media access here. I'm talking about brands and stores. Also talking about payment systems here, money transfers, traveling, visa opportunities, and so on, and the likes of them. So yeah. So guys, today I'm at the mall and I came to do some shopping to show you guys how the Russian supermarket is currently. Well, despite everything that's been going on in my city, it's still, people are still around. So it's still kind of full. To the supermarket that was in the mall, it's called Europa in Russian, but like the translation is called Europe. So as you can see, there are a lot of people in the mall, people about going about their normal activities, no problems and stuff. So I arrived at the Europa supermarket, and as you can see, there are people at the counters paying for their stuffs, people going out with their kids, going to shop. As you can see, there are a lot of things for the kids, for the whole family, and the supermarket is very, very full. Each aisle, each section has everything you need under one roof, and there are more than one type of this supermarkets currently in my city. I think there are about 4 or even more than that. So there are literally almost everything, or even everything you need to buy here. As you can see, there are fresh fruits here. There are bananas, fruits, various vegetables you can cook with, watermelons, potatoes, onions, canned foods, peppers, which I love cooking with as the Nigerian man that I am. More vegetables over there. There's noodles. Yeah, there's noodles, there's rice, there's coffee, there's some bread, something like cheese balls over there. Yeah, and one thing I like about the Europa supermarket is that usually the Russian supermarkets is usually they sell fresh foods, so they bake their bread usually very fresh. Most of their bread tastes nice. They also make like fresh snacks, pastries you could eat from and really like. Here also, this reminds me so much of ShopRite, whereby they sell a lot of like food you cook here and just come and buy. For the people that don't like to cook, you just come and buy your food here and then you just go home and eat it or microwave and eat it. So You have your fresh meat here you can buy, and those people who like to make their foods themselves, you buy your meat and you make food yourself. You have sausages here, and also there's seafood, my favorite. I love to cook with them. They have canned food, canned sardines. There's eggs, lots of eggs for a bulking face. Fishes, fresh fish over here. So as you can see, the Russian supermarket really is full with a lot of things, and I don't think like if you come to Russian supermarket you won't find what you're looking for. So the propaganda that is being spread that the Russian supermarkets are empty, they are dying of hunger, they are starved, I don't think it's necessarily true. It's not even true. It's just like propaganda, and just so it's not true, and don't believe everything you say. Now, about the brands, more than 1,000 companies have currently left Russia. Some have remained, like the current store I'm in, which is called New Yorker. Some have left, rather many have left, over 1,000 have left, and some stayed back but they rebranded. They changed their name, they changed their businesses to new owners. They imported the same goods but like from different countries to keep it up here. So yes, a lot of brands left, some stayed but changed their names. And this one I'm currently in, it's New Yorker. It's very good. They have very good quality clothes here. They sell at some prices that are good and some expensive, but it's really worth it because the clothes are really good material clothes. So as you can see, guys, Techno, it remains Techno. It hasn't changed. They're still here in Russia. Apple Store is now iStore, Restore. Samsung is still Samsung. Let's Roll is also still Let's Roll. Burger King now, it's now known as Vikusnya I Tushka, which means like delicious, and that's all, is it pure, something like that. KFC now, it's now Rustic. It's no longer KFC anymore. Although maybe you might see KFC in some few places in Moscow, but it's mostly Rustic. It was also bought by some Russian businessmen. Burger King remains Burger King. It hasn't changed. It still remains the same. Coca-Cola, it's now Dobry Cola, meaning kind cola. Fanta is now kind Fanta. Schweppes is now Everest or Rich Bitter, so it hasn't changed. Calling them, a lot changed. Domino's Pizza became Domino Pizza. They changed one letter. IKEA changed to Swed. Sephora changed. Zara changed to Mag. So a lot of restaurants, hotels, home appliance, electronics all changed. And yeah, a lot of companies did change in Russia. So next, guys, we're going to talk about social media. So currently now in Russia, apps like Instagram and Twitter or X can't be accessed without VPN. You need to use VPN to access those apps. And unfortunately, as of recent now, YouTube, one of my most favorite apps, has also kind of been banned.
Oh my shoulders, oh my shoulders, oh my arms. Oh, like you, I can't even raise it. Oh my God, even though it's oh my God.
About a month ago, YouTube was working perfectly fine. It had no issues. It was working fast, but like of recently now, it has been so slow. And then when I connect to the VPN, it's much faster, so it's kind of like literally banned. Facebook also, I don't use Facebook, but I believe Facebook, you also use VPN to access Facebook. Also TikTok, I do not use TikTok, but I also believe, I think there's a Russian TikTok. I think my Russian friends use Russian TikTok, or like only Russian TikTok creators you can see, and you can see like international creators. So yeah, and unfortunately it's really painful, actually, the YouTube part, because I mean I wasn't really upset about the Instagram and the Twitter part, although I use the apps, but like I use YouTube more frequently, and it's more annoying because I use it to learn different stuff, catch up on different topics, and unfortunately now it also kind of is very slow and you have to use a VPN. So if you're not the VPN kind of girl or guy, I don't think you should come to Russia unless you have a paid VPN. Then because if you want to access your social media seamlessly with no problems, then you definitely need a VPN here to be able to use all your social media apps. So yeah, that's where this whole situation is now. So but apps that don't use VPN, WhatsApp and Telegram, are still good. You don't need VPN, although I noticed that the Western WhatsApp is different from the Russian WhatsApp, whereby the Meta AI isn't available on the Russian WhatsApp, but it's available for other people. So like that's where the changes, but like it's still good to go. You don't need VPN to use WhatsApp or Telegram. Yeah. So guys, about payments now. Well, in Russia, there's only a specific type of payment that's peculiar to them, because unfortunately the Master's card and the Visa card are banned in Russia. So you could only use the Mir card. An example is this. This is my card. And I like the way Russians design their card. There are a lot of designs you can design your card with. This is the black version. So, I mean, there are a lot of designs, but apart from that, like, you can't use a Russian card outside of Russia. You have to use it within the premises of Russia. And for someone who wants to travel to come to Russia, you can't use your MasterCard or Visa card at all. So if you're coming to Russia, you have to travel with a lot of cash, and then you'll be able to exchange it at an exchange place, an exchange markets. So usually you could find exchange markets at the airports, although sometimes overpriced, but just for a while before you get to the banks. You can also exchange at the banks. It's possible. And some of the really popular banks, and I feel like one of the most convenient banks is called Tinkoff Bank, because opening an account with this bank is really easy. Usually takes minutes, and your card is delivered within hours. It doesn't take so much time. Most times they deliver it to you. And some other banks, you go there and then it takes less than an hour to fill in, and then you get your card immediately and you can start using your card. So other banks like Sberbank, VTB Bank are popular. You could use them as well. But as a foreigner, or like a tourist coming in, I would recommend you use Tinkoff Bank, because it's good. They don't charge commission. You can use the card at any ATM without any commission added extra. So also Swift payments like PayPal have been banned. Well, they banned Russia, and they have been banned in Russia. So you can do Swift payments like PayPal. So if you want to like receive money or get money, before, banks like Tinkoff used to receive money in dollars, but due to the whole sanction and the ban, it's no longer possible anymore. So now receiving money and sending money, it's quite complicated in Russia now. It's not easy. People have various methods to do that, but for someone who is coming outside from Russia, it's best you come with your own money. So guys, about paying for things in Russia, I went to get something at the supermarket, and I just wanted to give you guys a piece of information, very important. Usually it sets a limit that you can withdraw without your PIN on your bank app. So usually when you want to buy things, purchase for things in the market or maybe anywhere, you just need put your card on the terminal, as you will see now, and then your money just goes through. So you need to be careful how you hold your card. Don't get it missing, because if someone gets hold of it, they can buy anything they want with your card unless your limit is good. So now about visas. For visas, I don't know much, but I know this, that it's not necessarily hard to get visas. Why do I say this? Lately, a lot of foreigners have been coming to Russia, and one of the reasons why I decided to even start a YouTube channel is a lot of foreigners come to Russia and make videos about Russia, and I'm like, oh, I'm here in Russia. Why don't I make a video of someone who is first time living in Russia? And because I see a lot of Americans, some Mexicans, some Italians making videos about coming to Russia. And so now there's visa for Americans. I think it takes about 2 weeks. And most importantly though, there are like travel agencies or hotels that you can get an invitation letter. And with your invitation letter, you can use and get you can request for a visa with your invitation letters, which usually you can come here for like 2 weeks or for like some months and stay without any problems. So yeah, it's not really hard I don't think it's hard for any nationality to get a visa to Russia. Russia hasn't banned people from coming into their countries, so it's still possible to come to Russia as a tourist. Now, let's say you get your visa to come to Russia. You will need like a form of transportation to move around, and Yandex Go or Maxim are two apps I recommend, because those are organizations and the prices they are monitored. It's better than coming outside as a foreigner and then just looking for a random taxi on the road, because most of the taxi drivers usually tend to overprice, give high amounts to foreigners, especially when they know you're foreigners. They will charge very high amounts. But then on the app, you could see and compare prices and choose which one is more suitable for you. And also the app has options of paying me cash or by card, so that is not going to be a problem. Another reason personally as a foreigner why I like the app is because there are cashbacks on the app. So for example, if I use taxi and I pay for like maybe taxi for like 300 rubles, I might get a cashback of like 50 rubles, and they pay you for using their services. So sometimes I get cashbacks from maybe ordering a taxi ride, which is kind of nice in my opinion.
Hey! Hey!
So as a foreigner, you could use those apps and to move around Russia. Then in terms of accommodations, like booking for hotels, you could use Yandex Travel or Ostrovok. I personally use Ostrovok, whereby you could go online and then check for, you do your filter searches and you check for hotels which you can afford, and there are different payments methods also as well. There's some hotels whereby you do reservations online and you go there and pay physically in cash, or you pay with card, whichever one suits you more, you can do that. So it's usually very seamless ordering, making reservations online for a hotel here in Russia. It doesn't take up so much time. So and if you're lucky enough, you get a really good hotel, really good staffs that comes with like accommodation of like food and other stuff like that. Yeah. Another aspect I want to talk about is the people here in Russia. Honestly speaking, in my opinion, again, Russians are one of the nicest people I've met, because I mean, personally, I haven't really faced any form of like serious racism over here. I mean, there's some incidences, but I wouldn't really call them like racism, just people that maybe don't know better. But like in general, I haven't really had like anything like life threatening or someone coming after me or nothing like that. A lot of them are very, very nice. Russians are always very helpful. They are always ready to help, like maybe probably if you're lost or anything. And another thing is that so many of them do speak English. So as a foreigner, if you get missing, I mean, you could use your translator, but you could also use, I mean, if you're lucky, you could meet someone that's a Russian that speaks English and probably help you. So yeah, it's they're in general, Russian people are really, really cool. Most of them have very, very good sense of communication, and most times welcoming, especially the babushkas. That's grandmother in Russian. They are usually, oh, you look so fine, young man, and they want to just with you. I mean, one the other day was trying to match make me with her daughter.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So yeah, Russians in general, I feel like if you're scared of like racism, everyone has different, like, how do I say, different experiences, but I don't think the racism here is as bad. And I don't think Russian people are as bad as the media makes them look, because before I came to Russia, God knows that I thought that, oh my God, these people are devils, Russians are evil, Russians are this, but that's not true. Russians are not evil. They are not as bad as the media makes them look like. They are really helpful and nice most of the times. So yeah, in general, at the end of this video, what do I have to say about Russia? I mean, these are all things you hope one day that the whole war gets settled down and life gets back to being normal. So it's just to hope that one day everything gets back to normal and people can go about their normal activities, so that we also can enjoy other benefits and not have to suffer these sanctions. Because one thing about the Russians is that once you ban them from one thing, they find up another way to make up for that thing. So I feel like they are not really affected so much, because they always find something to make up. If one company leaves, another company comes and sells the same thing, as well, the same services that a company is selling. So it's not really much of a big deal for them. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope you learned one thing or two from the video. Thank you, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.